Hey guys, it's the Jimmy fan here on Jimmy Master Animatronics. So what you're looking at here is a new for 2017 Halloween product by Jimmy Industries, which is the animated hanging cage skeleton. This is sold at Lowe's for 25 bucks, and I would highly recommend going out there to get one because they're completely worth it. I don't really have much to say about this except it's basically a reincarnation of the original cage skeleton, which I actually have to show you as an example for comparison. And there's actually quite a few differences. You may not think it when you actually have the second one and you don't have the first one, but once I show you the specific details on them, you'll be like, wow, that's actually a lot different. But anyways, getting on to this one first, I purchased this at Lowe's today for 24 bucks. 25 plus tax, of course. But here's the tag. It says Haunted Living LED Animated Hanging Skeleton and Cage. And that's pretty much all the details on it, to be honest with you. It basically says 3 or 4 phrases, but the thing is, it actually has an additional phrase, which was I assumed to be used on the original skeleton, but they never used it. So it's actually used on this one. But as far as detail, it actually does have some pretty decent detail. It's the same type of style as the clock. It kind of has that rustic look. There's the skeleton himself. He's painted in sort of a tannish color. And it actually has, some bones, and there's a little mini skull down there. And of course it's motions activated, and it has a yellow button rather than the sort of orangish, yellowish button back in the day. As you can see, you can kind of see the older one over there to the side, but I'll get to that in a minute. But like I said, he's sound and motion activated. The speaker, the only thing is that I thought he had the bigger speaker, but he actually has a cheaper type of speaker to it. But the cool thing is that you can easily replace it with one of the original magnetic speakers that came with the old one to have more of a sound and more of a bass to it, which is actually what I'm about to do. But for the originality purpose of it, I'm going to leave it the way it is while it's in the review. So I'll replace the speaker once I get done with this review. But like I said, he says several phrases. The mechanism is actually a lot different, or a little bit different. Instead of moving his arms back and forth like that, it actually moves his entire body back and forth, so it looks like he's like shaking literally in the cage rather than just kind of like scrambling around like the other one. But like I said, I'll get to that in a minute. He's actually a lot shinier, a lot smoother of a texture of plastic than the other one. But then again, the other one is actually a lot bigger. And like I said, I'll show you that in a minute. But enough of me talking, I guess we'll show it to you. Yeah, here we go. He's not very loud. He's actually not that loud. I mean, he's loud enough to understand him, but he's not as loud as the original one. Like I said, I'll get to that in a minute.
Open the door! Get me out of here! Ow! I'm not kidding!
And he actually has the chain over here. It's not as long as the original one. And let's see if he's sound activated. I don't know if he is or not. I think he's just motion. And now I'll show them to you in the dark. The LEDs on it are actually very bright, and you'll see that in just a second. I think he's kind of wobbling off the table there. No, he's good. I thought he was. So yeah, that's kind of an example of the newer one, and now let's put it into comparison here. And there you have it. That's a good example of. Let me go and turn this off center. Now, the one you're looking at over there is the 2006 model, so it's been about 12, maybe 11 to 12 years. It's been over a decade since they brought this back, which is crazy. And as you can see, the skeleton structure is a little bit different. The only thing that's actually just about the same on it is the head part of it. But one thing I noticed about this is that there's a lot more of a free moving. It has more of a free moving structure, as in saying that the head's kind of wobbly, the mouth is actually free moving. So that's not featured on this one. And as you can see, the other one, the original one, does have a little bit of age to it. The plastic is really kind of yellowed on it, but it's kind of the case for all of them at this point, especially for the older models, because, you know, they're getting up there in age, guys. But yeah, and I'll show you what the older one does, just to show you exactly how much louder this one is.
Okay, joke's over. Open the door. Let me out.
He's a little bit clearer than this one.
Okay, I've got a real emergency here. Open the door. This is not a drill. Let me out. Let me out of here.
And as you can see, the LEDs are not on the bottom of the base. They come from the top. And it's kind of funny because up there you could see the original hole to where the original light would go in. And there you have it. That is the comparison and review of the new for 2017 Gemmy Halloween animated cage skeleton. Hope you guys enjoyed this comparison, and thanks for watching.